Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back watching Transport Fever Peninsula, and we are looking at Ernesto Luis Escobar as it makes its way from Minas Tirith down to Emerald City. It has a grand total of 22 passengers on board as it sinks itself into the mountainside here, which doesn't make for the best viewing opportunity. Hello, yeah, I'm here early. Yeah, that's the thing that usually indicates that something hasn't gone entirely to plan, doesn't it? Yes, well it does in this case because it hasn't gone entirely to plan. For some reason, I've set the recording resolution at the wrong resolution. And now that'll be down to whatever it was I recorded last, and so sorry about that. Yeah, so you're going to get what I think is the upper left 2/3 of the screen for today's episode, which is a shame because it's quite a good one. Just having recorded it is quite good. Yeah, this is happening far too frequently at the moment. I'm going to record. I'm going to put a note up somewhere, a checklist before I start recording. My apologies. I hope you enjoy it, but if not, the next episode is fixed, guaranteed. Promise it. I've already recorded it. Yeah, I fixed it in the next one. Sorry. Anyway, back to the show. Any time now, it will emerge out the other end, and the line is running. The good news is that we are making a goodly chunk of cash right now. We've got 3 million in the bank, or we have just rolled over to the start of the month, so we just burned 1 million for the end of the month. But everything is looking pretty good. If we bring up the Profitron here, you'll see that we're up 3 million for the year so far, and that's not without any expense. We've spent 700,000 on some new vehicles. Last year we cleared 8 million, and I've got 15 million of the loan repaid because that's how we like to roll. While you were away, I upgraded all the vehicles to the modernest of vehicles, because modern vehicles are moderner, and that's good. Anyway, watching this shiny demon is not going to get us any progress. Instead, we shall look at what is today's objective, and today's objective is picking up from yesterday's objective, well, last week's objective, last time. I don't know what order you're watching these in, so let's just say in the previous episode, which was probably episode 74, we built from we built up this bit of track, and then we headed out to Arakeen, which is on the other side of the mountain. And I'm fairly certain that if I just spend 8 million quid, we'll be able to connect up with that. Is it going to be that simple? This is your bombastic intro cliffhanger. Now, I rather expect it is going to be that simple. However, the one thing we didn't build last time was the freight station here at Arakeen, and we're going to want one, I would expect. Are we though? Actually, I think the smarter freight station might be down here near this coal mine. And then we can still use that as a shuttling point to get goods back into the trading port for the spice melange. And yeah, that'll probably work. Hold on, we got a little coach hold up there. That's nice. Yeah, your private car's going to do you absolutely no good whatsoever if you're stuck behind one of my Daimlers. Right, let's not muck about. Let's get on with this. As you can probably tell, I have now turned on the track Fandango mod. Just cause really. I've in fact in between episodes I've turned on everything. So if you are subscribing to the series, you will also want the Colonel Failure Total Collection mod as part of your Steam Workshop subscription package, because I'm using it, and yeah, there's a lot in there. Right, I don't really know where I'm connecting to. I'm just hoping I don't crash the game by doing something so wobbly. 12 million now, eh? Oh well, that's a different price to the one that I was quoted previously. But it does go directly there, and it does hold max speed throughout. In fact, it performs exactly as I intended. There's a surprise. Okay, well, that's good. We might get a bit of collision when we try and hook up the other couple of tracks. That's going to be an adventure. But never let it be said that terrain alignment collision isn't a fantastic gameplay feature. Right, okay, so we're going from lefty here, so we're going to want to leave at lefty out here. yeah, I'm reluctant to try and move this because there's a very real chance it'll just go, no, you can't, if I try and do it again. Right, okay, yeah, I'm going to pay the money because no, that's repay. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's what you should be doing, rather than spending an obscene amount of money on this. There we go. We'll take it up to 16 million now, because that'll keep us happy, and then pay the money before it really does get fed up with you. The money is now paid, and while that was expensive, you won't get any disagreement from me on that front. It was also necessary. Now then, let's see how much this is going to cost to double track. And this is the point, of course, which we noticed that I've actually done this wrong. Except, of course, I haven't. Another 6 to double track it. Oof. Right, I don't want to pay that. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Now, later on, I am definitely going to need to double track this because of the volume of trains that I intend to run up here. So for now, I mean, this is going to be pretty ugly. So, say whatever prayers you need to in order to make this okay. We'll come out from here. It's going to block the tunnel entrance as well. No, you're not. Has that done it? It has done it, but it is balking the tunnel entrance. That's okay. When the time comes, I shall. Why are we 11 miles per hour on both sides of the track now? That surely isn't what you want. Surely. Okay, well, let's just do this until it doesn't wreck everything. There you go. I'm quite happy to have this track. Well, I'd say happy. I am accepting of this track having a really massive slowdown in order to happen. Because we need to double track here. Right, zoom out a bit. And then we need to make sure that we've got the double tracking going elsewhere, because we are going to deploy a train or two more on here. And that's, that's where the rest of my money's going, which is lovely. Yeah, let's just cut straight across that. This is going to need redeveloping because that will have put a lump in. You're going to want to double slip that, because you probably will. And then we're going to need to address something which so far this series hasn't really been necessary, which is signals. But that's all right too. Okay, right, that's a good amount of double track there. Is it going to be enough? It's going to be enough if I'm only running like 2 or 3 trains. I've still got 3 and a bit million in the bank. Now, we're going to have to wait to get the money to buy actual trains with. But if we can complete down here double tracking merrily all the way, then we might be onto something. Now, I'm not sold, or am I? I'm uncertain about this. I mean, I like Jolly Green, and I know the Jolly Green fan club certainly exists. But I also know that we've got some Jolly Green haters out there. Stuff you guys. It's my show. I'll do what I like. But even I, with my appreciation of all things Jolly Green, are going, yeah, it's this bit. You see, I don't know if I should just embankment that up to make it look better, or we leave it just a dab of green in there to keep things, zesty. It really doesn't matter, does it? No, it probably doesn't. Okay, so if we are double tracking down here, then we are going to want to ensure that we can do what we need to. So if we're coming up on the right-hand side, and then head into the left-hand platform, and then come back out on the other side, that'll do the trick. And that should give me enough passing track to run a good number of services up and down here. And at the moment, we are running, in fact, 1. And here she blows. Right, so this is a Gen 1 Emerald City, which is now going to get upgraded. This is going to be, brace yourselves, Gen 2. And this is the Minecraft mainline. And there is nothing untrue about that in the slightest, because once it's complete, it will run the length-ish of the Minecraft island, and it will hit all the major conurbations along the way. Still got this challenger to deal with. I'm going to try and do something radical with it, but we're not quite there yet. Anyway, right, so if I kill off these two, which is going to perplex the train ever so slightly, it'll be fine. We go from Arakeen out to Minty, and then down to Emerald City, and then you go. Hold on a tick. Make sure you're hitting the right stations. So we then make sure we're hitting the right stations, and then because you're all going, he's going to do it again. I've seen him do this before. He's going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. We make sure we hit the station on the way back as well. Right. Let's have a quick. Let's not make that green. Let's make that pink for now, just because it shows up. And let's see if we're actually doing both sides of the line correctly. Obviously, why? I just spent good money on that. No. And furthermore, no. So, I've got this interchange here set up correctly, because obviously that's going to make a mess, right? It's having the goods train having to switch onto the passenger line for a little while. That's going to be nice. Yeah, I want trains getting in the way of one another. All right? And if that makes me wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't care. So if we stick a signal on there, and we stick a signal on here, and then we talk to those... and then we talk to those signals, yes, and go, you're one way. Right? Yeah. And then you talk to this signal, yeah, and you go, you're one way as well. Ha 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 ha. Then the train will suddenly go, what? Can't do that, Gov. No, mate. Can't be done. Because I'm on the wrong side of the track. And you kind of go, oh, flaming heck. And that's not double slipped, which is why it was on the wrong side of the track. Okay, everything makes sense now. Well, what are you going to do about that? Well, we've got to do something. We'll make this signal two-way just briefly until it gets its life in order. Nope. There you go. Off chops. And then you... when you come down here to yonder Emerald City, go into the next platform. Be a sport. So you go into platform 2 like that. And then everything will work. Okay, right. Good. One passing track set up. What now? Oh no, you're still on the wrong side of the track. Oh, and I've locked myself into forward motion. There we go. So just leave it alone. It'll be fine. That'll work. Now, I suspect quite strongly that passing track is in the wrong place, or it's not optimally placed, let's say, to sort out everything that we've got likely to have going on. I'm going to stick one signal on there, because we're going to... well, let's see how much I've got left to play with. Right, 7 and a bit million. I think that's going to get me one train. Which is a smidge fewer than I would like. I think 4 or 5 on this route, even though it's only 3 stations right now, would do us proud. Right. Well, you're not authentic. Diesels. There you go. The Pioneer Zephyr. That's 5 million quid. I'll have one, thank you. Stick you on the Gen 2 Minecraft mainline. Minecraft. That's the one. It's going to need a name. Don't know. This is Big Rod. Big Rod McGurk there is in position. You shouldn't have to wait for no man there. You should be able to just zip it down this line. What is that flipping idiot train doing? I'm still on the wrong track. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, get off the wrong track if you'd be so kind. Actually, we are going to need some more signals here anyway, so I'll bang them in now. There you go. You have that, and then we'll... Is this going to leave enough space? It should do, and if it doesn't, well, drama. So you know, there's that to consider. Right. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Zephyr, as to be said. As much as... That's a green bridge. As much as... Oh, you say that, though... Yeah, but you're blown away by the general ambiance of the bridgework and hillside with a bit of sky and some smoke. Yeah, I suppose. No, I think it's too shiny, frankly. I like a bit of Art Deco, as I'm sure some of you may be aware. But you know, it's just not floating my boat. Honestly, I'm just not feeling it that much. Anyway, that is now operational, and we shall turn our attention. I really do want another one, but I'm all out of cash. I'm pretty sure I'm out of cash. Yeah, I'm tapped out. So there's not much I can do there. Let's have a look at the next operation, shall we? Well, the next operation should be building up a... see, look, you've got passengers galore going on in there, and what you should be looking to do here is nick most of them and sling them up on a train, because this entirely expensive operation that you've stuck together here is not going to work unless you go the whole hog with it and hook it all up correctly. Well, if I can get a street in here without bulldozing that, yeah, see that? I mean, that's going to look great. So let's try the skinny. Oh, come on, skinny will do. Skinny will do it. Go on. Right, so pull it back to about there. Right, and then ease it round over like that. Now, for those of you unaware of the method in the madness, and it can't be many of you by now, I think you've all been around long enough to see the method and the midness repeatedly. The idea behind that is by plumbing the road in, the AI might get itself a notion of building some buildings there. Also, I want enough space to get a bus stop in here. And we're not just going to use a regular bus stop. You see, look, here are all the old friends. Ooh, hold everything. Now, I mean, it's large and somewhat ostentatious and 300 grand, even without any smoothing done. I'm sure you can align the terrain, you're just not working hard enough. See, look, oh, we can even sling it in behind this building, look. How amazing is that? It's moderately amazing. Please align the terrain. Don't make me seize the toolbox and try and rectify things that way. Right, okay, well, we'll give it a little dab of take this downhill a little bit. There you go, like that. And then we'll go back to it and try it again. I don't think it'll work, but we'll give it a go. Oh, hello. Oh, whoa. Oh, flipping heck. All right, well, that's where it lives then. Once again, the injudicious left mouse click has come to the rescue to provide some entertainment where it was so desperately needed. Thanks for that. Well, it's done the job. I mean, I'm not exactly thrilled. Right, let's keep you on a slightly more even keel here, and then just rock that round there. There you go. Okay, well, look, we've got a very nice bus station now, and I should probably put some effort into using it. And well, how are you going to do that then? And also, you've done it in a way that means that no one's going to build in here, which is going to be prime real estate for future commuters. So if I bung in a bit of street about there and just rip it across, I don't know what you're doing altitudinally. Stay on the flat. There you go. I'm even going to, and this is expensive, but it's going to be exciting. I'm even going to use the smoothing gun to try and even out a nice building patch there. Is that even warranted? No, I think we make it a cul-de-sac. I think we just head down to there and then leave it alone, and then we get out Captain Splendid here and just go, what up, have some, get it, and other things that are largely meaningless, but they convey an awful lot in their absence of meaning. Yeah, see, look, that's now buildable. If we drop that down, there you go, whack that into alignment of some kind. Ignore the fact that the road is completely hateful. That's par for the course. And I could probably do a 10-episode kind of mini segment in this series, which is called Hunting Down and Excommunicating All the Horrible Roads. I'll need about 400 million quid and quite a lot of patience from the viewers. Yeah, I think maybe that's one to kind of give a demonstration of what we're looking for here and then do it offline. because yeah, it's not going to provide the greatest entertainment ever seen by man or woman. Right, okay, let's crack on with this. So, with the coverage we've got here, which obviously also hooks up with the station, and the fact that this bus route that we've got here, it goes to Minas Tirith, and here's the thing about Minas Tirith is it's now got a station. So I don't know why people are. What's this? You're doing what now? You're waiting for Hill Valley, Minas Tirith. Hill Valley? Where's that? That's over there. Oh. You're going a very long way about it. A road down here would surely provide a far more robust and sensible operation. In fact, that's a very long route you've got there. I obviously had a... Oh, right, okay, fine. No, I get you. No, you're there. You're all good. So that's obviously the route that is servicing the station and doubling up as a commuter. So what we could probably do here is make a similar adjustment with this route. So right now, it's heading out to Minas Tirith. We could also hop there. I like it. Okay, yeah, right. Do a stop off here. Alright, and then we go out to Arakeen Central at the moment, which we don't care about. We'll go out to the station, then to Central, then turn around and go back to the station, back to West, and then back to the other bit of Minas Tirith. So effectively, it's giving you the same opportunity to get between the two towns as the rail route does, but it stops off in a couple of extra places along the way, which is ideal for a slower moving vehicle, I would think. What it's not going to do is it's not going to provide me with umpteen passengers who are waiting to go to far-flung and exciting places. But that's okay too. Right, you need a name, and that's going to be station. But let's now move on. So, this is the big challenge, this next bit. And it's only a big challenge in the sense that I ain't got a lot of space to play with. Now, this road crossing that you've got here is obviously the best crossing available for rail as well, because it's the narrowest point. There's some ship action. What are you carrying? Food. Okay, good. What are you carrying? A little bit of bread. Okay, that's less dramatic somehow. But if I want to stick one of my stations in here, all right, there's my station. I think it's going to have to be a single track station, which is great, because that's going to lead to quite a lot of high drama. We're going to want 240. We're going to want high speed. We're not going to want electrification just yet. And then that's it. This is what we've got to play with. And where can it go without causing absolute carnage? Well, I mean, carnage is going to happen. Now, there's going to have to be a certain amount of guesswork put into this in terms of being able to continue the rail line onwards afterwards. What does that mean? Well, fundamentally, if I were to build this too close to the edges of the island, I would have a tough time actually getting bridges to form. Okay, well, we're going to have to kill this, which is £1 million. Probably that bit as well, although we might be able to sneak down the side there. Well, all right, that's option 1. Option 2, however, is non-viable. Option 2 would be to kill off this cliffside and leave this open to potential development. Well, we'll see if it fits in. That's not what we want. No. This. Right. Whiz it around. Let's go. Right. It's £1.5 million. Zoom out some more. You're going to have to go in about there. And I'm just getting construction. Whoa, there it is. So that's your one shot, all in one, gank a whole bunch of buildings, but the station is in approach, and I can afford it. Now, moving on from there, usually I would pull the trigger right now, but you're still going to have to gank the rest of those. And then you've got to do something to get the rest of the way across the island. Now, I don't know I don't even know if there is a difference in altitude. So where did you... We were talking about here somewhere. Now, the reason I'm doing this in profile... Oh, that's cheaper. Is to see what sort of height difference we've got so that I can work out whether I can go under or over the remaining infrastructure that's there rather than straight through the remaining infrastructure that's there. I tell you though, that's going to make a heck of a station. The number of screenshots that's going to come out of that is going to be remarkable. Right, alright, we're committed to it. I've decided to take the don't think about it too much. That's going to be funky. Just get on with it. Yeah, that was a fairly bold move even by my standards. That said, look at that. That's all. Oh, I love it. That's amazing. I mean, it's going to be tricky. Yeah, definitely tricky to get the next bit done without just ruining everything. Tricky? Is that the word you're using there? Tricky, yeah, you were looking to see if there was any elevation difference. I can tell you now, there isn't. You're going straight through the middle of that. You're going to have to come up with some very complicated left to right side hook up there, and it's going to cost you millions to move all of that business. And that's before we price up the bridge back to the land over here. Now, if we're very lucky, this line will sneak across here. But I'm not entirely convinced that luck is on our side today. Luck's going, you must be joking. Alright, now, this is the straight line approach. We're going to try this out first and see what it tells us. Helps if you know where you're going before you start doing it. There we go. So for 10 million quid and the cost of 2 buildings, we get that. Let's have a look. Downhill, 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 downhill. Well, downhill's going to happen, so, you know, suck that up, because you might as well get used to it. And roller coaster. Instead, I think we take a curve out to the land here and scoot along the side, while elevating gently the entire time, because that might lead to a situation where we don't have to elevate quite so severely for the entire distance. So what you'll be looking at is something like that initially. Maybe not that severe. Although, saying that, this would then leave us the opportunity to maybe even put a second passenger station in. Now, we're not going with that because the bridge is all wrong. 75 is too slow for this bridge. Are we going to jolly green it? Well, it's a motif that we've been using so far on this island, and therefore I am somewhat tempted to do so. We only sacrifice 1 building. That's good. Maybe go up a little bit more since you are at a slower rate anyway. Now, that makes this bridge a little tall for my taste. But any change in altitude we do now will save us from having to do more later. Now, the tricky part, among all the other tricky parts, is what do we do for double tracking here? Alright, if you don't know, I think you're going to have to leave this bridge single track, and if you think about the amount of traffic that you're going to attempt to whizzle up here, you're going to want to be a little bit careful with that. Right, keep it over 100, please, and then let's drop that down. In fact, no, let's do the same experiment again. How much, please, for an Arakeen connection? All right, from here the connection's not possible, so I can't give you a price. Belter. I'm assuming that's because we go through a bit of road. In fact, I'm virtually certain it's because we go through a bit of road. We've got 3 separate tunnel entrances, which means it's got some emergence. Let's have a look. Tunnel 1, tunnel exit, tunnel 2, tunnel exit. I love it when it does that. And then it's just angry with me because of this bit of, excuse me, this little bit of road here. In which case, how about something along the lines of, if you do that, where you've got a slight... You're telling me you're going downhill, which is not... It's definitely not what we want at this stage of the proceedings. Because we're not quite at altitude yet, right? You stick that bit there, and then this bit, you stick it like that. And then we'll hook those together so that we've got the kind of curve that we want. I'm out of money. Oh, come on. How did we do last year? Well, we're waiting for the money to sort itself out. Burn 12.4 million. Well, that's okay. What we look at is the gulf between, the delta betwixt income, 26.4, and running costs, 14.3. Okay, 12.1. We spent 18 million on construction, of course, and a further 5.5 million on new vehicles. You can't make a thing without making a that. Yes. Well, look, that's the corner that you want, but it's cutting it to 63 miles an hour, which is not fast enough at all. The good news about trying this approach is that you can do it without it costing you an absolute arm and a leg. Go slightly upwards. No. See, because I went that way to that way, you see. So if it's going slightly upwards, that's wrong. It should have been slightly downwards. There you go. Right, sorry, do it again. Right, do that. I don't mind it having a bit of an embankment. That's okay. And then you, that way, slightly down. That's fine. Right, okay. Now, look, give me 110 and I'll take it. It's not going to give me anything at all. All right, try it from here. And boom. Can't connect. No. Oh dear. The difference in altitude is too great at this stage. Well, all right. Well, instead, I mean, you've got 1 million to play with at the moment before you have to go. And now I shall just have to wait for 45 minutes. In fact, it won't even be that long. It'll be about 15 to get the cash back up again. Right. 130-ish. Is okay. Most of my stuff won't actually go that fast. In fact, that's the queuing point, right? So they're either going to be slowing down to queue or speeding up to queue. So you could do the whole of your angle adjustment here in one go. Where's the station? It's there. Go up a little bit more. Right. Price check. And I think we're still going to clip that bit of road. However, to get to here, now you're going to need to go up a bit more than that. If we're still tunneling there, that's not good enough. But my goodness, we get a good route here. Yeah, I mean, as you should be too, is I'm a sucker for a coastal route. Go double up here, because we can still consider ourselves one of us. No, steady on. Don't go into more flipping musical references. All right, I don't object to that bit of bridge because it's bringing some scenery to the party. All right, so if you're there, we're going to need to go across a little further, but I was quite pleased that it had managed to merge back in with the landscape again. So we might have to put a bit of a slowdown in, but that's just something you're going to have to suck up. There you go. And another bit of bridge. Oh, bridge and then no bridge. That's lovely. Yes, sir. I like it. We're still going aggressively uphill, and that actually might suffice to make this last leg less egregiously uphill. In fact, I can do it for 750 grand. All right, now you're talking. Right, there's a bit of bridge there. I'm sticking with green. We will move on from the green bridge, don't worry. But for now, this island so far has been all about the green bridge, so we're going to stick with it. Nice bit of tunnel. Nice bit of tunnel. Nice bit of tunnel. Nice bit of green bridge. There you go. This is very nice. Now you may feel otherwise, but I think that's a corker. Yeah, absolutely. Now, just give me the money to pay for it. I'm going to put the accelerator on so that I can push the button before I round out today's show. Yep. Come on. Look, I know we earn money, so don't pretend that we don't. Just whack it all into my bank account and everything will be absolutely groovy. Come on. There you go. That's back in the green. We only need another 7 times this amount of money in the bank. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. So that will take us, once I can pay for it, that will take us the length of Minecraft. This is going to be a nightmare to get through here while still allowing the city to talk to itself. You've got the cash now. Right. And therefore, that's where the real challenge is going to be, remaining on this route. Now, of course, we don't stop here. We're going to carry on, get across, and then hook up to Alpha Complex before something else will happen. Now, Alpha Complex isn't going to be cheap to get to because it looks like that. Yep. Doesn't look like that. No, it looks like that. Yeah, this is an exercise in self-flagellation, quite clearly. But the good news is, as soon as I do connect up to Alpha Complex, we can do something clever with a fuel station here, and then I can supply all of these towns with fuel. Because, well, I can supply 2 of those towns with fuel by train. Huh? Oh, hey, that's worth looking forward to, isn't it? Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. This kind of mini-series is no longer a mini-series. I think it's the main thrust of the main series. But this is not the last time we'll be doing this. Just hopefully we'll be able to turn it around so we're making enough cash to make future expansions of this kind a little bit quicker. But I tell you what going slowly does afford you, there's nothing coming into this station, we're just looking at it. What going this slowly does afford you is more time while you're waiting for the cash to build up to think of alternatives that might be just as interesting. Look, I mean, there's lots of good ship action going on. Where's that? Is that the docks at Raccoon City? Yeah, okay. And then you're heading out to Silent Hill. Yep. You are probably heading out to the other island, Atlantis. Yeah. I mean, it's all going on. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Subscribe to make sure you keep up with the rest of the series. If you haven't already subscribed, and you probably have, that's why you're here. Anyway, you know, you can always tell someone else to subscribe because, oh, you'll really like this kind of stuff. He's an idiot, but somehow he makes something that looks quite good. Right, I'm off. Cheerio. Okay, well, if you weathered that all the way to the end, as you can see, there was quite a lot of good stuff in there that you couldn't see. Worse still, the audio was probably out of sync slightly because I didn't have. When I synchronize a video at the start, I click a button in the bottom corner, it pops the menu up, and I synchronize it again by popping the menu down, and that's how I sync the sound with the picture. Couldn't see it. No, because Laughing Boy here managed to completely hose the recording resolution. Right, that's it. I'm done with making recording errors. Making errors in the game, fine. Recording errors, however, is not flipping good enough. So you have my apologies for this slipping. I'll tell you what. Look, for the OCD amongst you. There you go. So yes, I'm gonna redouble my efforts to make sure that that everything is at least technically proficient from here on. Sound was balked in the stream on Saturday, and now this is getting sloppy. That's what it is. We're not allowed to get sloppy. There is no getting sloppy around here. Anyway, this was a good one. Damn. The next one's pretty good too, and that'll be along later. Well, it depends when you're watching this, I suppose. This is very incoherent today, even by my standards. I'm just going to leave. Just draw a line under this one and move on. Maybe I'll get the episode number right, and that'll be some kind of compensation.